There is a line at the end of the first reading that really spoke to me. The people ask, "Is the Lord in our midst or not?" I think that's probably one of the most honest questions in the Bible. Now remember, the Israelites had just seen God part the Red Sea. They had watched the Egyptians defeated. They had eaten manna that came down from the heaven. And yet, the moment they become thirsty in the desert, they begin to doubt, is the Lord in our midst or not? But if we are honest with ourselves, we do the same thing because life is full of disappointments. Prayers sometimes seem to go unanswered. Illnesses come. Relationships break. Plans fall apart. And in those moments, even people of deep faith ask the same question, are you in our midst or not? A man once told a priest about a moment in his life when he felt exactly that way. He had lost his job unexpectedly. Bills were piling up. His confidence was shaken. Every morning, he sat at the kitchen table, staring at the classifieds and thinking, God, where are you? One afternoon, he walked into a church, not because he felt particularly holy, but because he didn't know where else to go. The church was empty, except for the sanctuary lamp burning near the tabernacle. He sat there in long silence. Finally, he prayed from the depths of his heart, Lord, I don't even know if you're here, but if you are, I could really use your help. Nothing dramatic happened. No voice from heaven, no thunder, but something quietly changed within him. A sense of peace came over him, almost like God saying, you're not alone. That's what happens in today's gospel. Jesus meets a Samaritan woman at a well. She comes in the heat of the day, probably because she wants to avoid people. Her life is complicated, painful, and maybe full of disappointment. And Jesus says to her, everyone who drinks this water will be thirsty again, but whoever drinks the water I shall give will never thirst. The woman had been searching for satisfaction in many places. Relationships, she had 5. Distractions, anything that might fill her emptiness. But Jesus gently reminds and reveals something profound. She'd been drinking from the wrong wells. And that's often our story too, isn't it? We drink from the well of success. If I'm not rich, I'm a failure. From the well of approval. If I'm not praised, there must be something wrong with me. The well of comfort. If it makes me feel good, I do it. The well of distractions. If I don't have a screen in front of my face, then I guess I'm at my job. But those wells, they run dry. Jesus says to us today, come to the source. Your emptiness is something I can fill. Now, there's a beautiful detail in the gospel. The Samaritan woman knew the scriptures and the promise of the Messiah when she says, I know that the Messiah is coming, the one called the Christ. When he comes, he will tell us everything. The Samaritans were waiting for the Messiah. So when Jesus reveals himself to her, she recognizes something extraordinary. And notice what happens next. Her life changes. She leaves her water jar behind. She runs back to town and she tells everyone, come see a man who told me everything I have done. This woman, who had been avoiding people and coming in the heat of the day, suddenly becomes an evangelist. Why? And this is my point today. Because she had a personal encounter with Jesus Christ. Faith cannot be borrowed. That's the turning point. At some point in our life, our faith cannot be borrowed. Not from our parents, not from our friends, not even from our priests. You cannot live your whole life believing simply because someone else told you to. Eventually, each one of us must have a personal encounter with Jesus Christ. But maybe today some of us are doubting. Maybe some of us are simply hanging on to faith because it's what we've always done. Is the Lord in our midst or not? Jesus is inviting us to something deeper, not secondhand faith, but a personal encounter. Therefore, if you want living water, you have to go where the well is. That means putting yourselves in places where God can meet you. Go to the Adoration Chapel. Go on an Acts retreat. Go on a teen Acts. Go on Love Strong. Go serve the poor. Go spend time in prayer. And here is my promise, and the promise of the gospel. If you actively search for God, He will be there. Because Jesus Christ came for the Samaritan woman, He came for the townspeople, and brothers and sisters, He came for you.